YouTube, what's happening? This your big homie, the masculine, that's back in another video. Today we're gonna talk about why, as a man, you should never date a broken woman. There's a couple reasons. So, a broken woman is a woman who just dealing with trauma, who never got help for it, never got therapy or anything like that. Might be dealing with an ex, a breakup, or, you know what I'm saying, got out of a tough relationship that was some sort of, you know what I mean, laying of hands, we'll say it like that. If the trauma hasn't been dealt with, it's gonna scar her. She's gonna carry it from one relationship to the other. Think of it like a balance on a past due bill. What happens if you don't pay that balance? It just carries itself on up to the next month. So every new guy is another month. Her trauma is the past due balance. It just keeps carrying itself on over to the next relationship. It's unfortunate because in the black community, there's still a stigma attached to therapy. You know, people think they go okay on their own, they can move on to the next person. And some women really kind of feel like a new relationship will help them out when they're not ready for that new relationship. They're just not ready for it. So they come in a relationship with certain requirements, certain things they're looking for, right? And if they don't get what they're looking for in that relationship, then they'll go and seek, be open to another relationship with somebody who seems like they're presenting something to them that they want that the last relationship didn't give them. Why am I talking about this? Because there's a lot of modern women out here. They want to be new age. They want to embrace all the sexual liberation and don't tell me what to do. And I don't want to submit for no man unless he doing X, Y, and Z. These are not feminine women. These are masculine women. Men don't take them seriously because they're masculine. Because ultimately, men, we don't want masculine women. Masculine men don't want masculine women. It's not attractive. It's always a competition. You always feel like you're dealing with an adversary. And to try to put it into the simplest terms as possible, you know, you don't want to deal with somebody who adds stress to your life, adds drama to your life, doesn't appreciate you. A woman that's broken, she never worked out the issue of why she was dealing with a man who would break her in the first place. There's one issue. Women usually pick men based on their feelings, based on his looks. See, she can have a set of standards, right? And say this man has to have X, Y, and Z. But if she finds a man that she really likes, who seems to be really doing it for her, quote unquote, all that's out the window. Doesn't matter if that man is good or bad. Specifically, they go around and they look for guys who other women want because they want to be envied by other women. On the flip side of that, the same way as men want to be envied by other men by having a beautiful woman on their arm, right? So it's the same principle, but there's a difference. The difference is, see, men can move from woman to woman easier when there's no investment, in their emotions. The reason that women don't have the same ability is because Women are emotional creatures. So if they find a guy they really like, and that guy's doing it all for them at that moment, in that one moment, or for that period of time, they're going to get invested. They're going to fall in love. They're going to get their heart invested. That's why you see all these young ladies on TikTok crying. They're crying because they pick a certain type of guy, and they all pick a certain type of guy. The Chad and the Tyrones. They always pick them. And then, when it obviously doesn't work out, just like it was never going to work out, then they make that generalization that man ain't nothing. But they deal with that trauma by going into another relationship, thinking that the next guy is going to treat them better than the last guy. But the issue with that is they keep chasing the same type of guy. That guy who all the other ladies want. When they're dealing with that guy that has so many options, so many women, why would he commit to her? He has so many different options. See, women want to be the envy of other women. So they're going there to chase the guy who all other women want. They say they want a good man and all this kind of stuff. But you gotta understand what they say when they say that. You gotta understand what they mean when they say that. It's not that they want a good man. A lot of these women, today's women, when they say they want a good man, that's not what they mean. Here's the decoded version of what they're saying. They want the Chad and Tyrone to treat them like the sucker and put them on a pedestal where all the girls can look at him and look at her and say, hey, I got him to submit to me. Better word, I got him to commit to me. You know? And there's so many videos on TikTok and all these other social media places to where you see, I saw a video of this one young chick, man. Every single month of the year she's crying. That's trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma. Broken on top of brokenness on top of brokenness. How are you gonna go into a new relationship in good faith with all that trauma, with all that brokenness? You never deal with it. No man can come in and resolve a woman's trauma. Only the man that caused the trauma. But the man that caused the trauma don't want to fix the trauma because he doesn't care about her trauma. Similar to how if a man comes in and he gives his heart to a woman and he puts her on a pedestal and she gets tired of that because it's boring to her, because there's no challenge, she goes and cheats on him, leaves him with his heart broken, left to deal with his own feelings. Now that guy has brokenness. The same coin. Both sides are the same. Trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma. So what's the resolution? Avoid broken women. How you know they're broken, Darren? Okay. They constantly compare one man to the last man. The new man, they constantly compare him to the old man. They constantly talk about their exes in bad light. That's a sign of severe trauma, severe brokenness. Because ultimately, when you get over somebody, there's nothing that somebody can say to you about that person that'll cause you to relive the old trauma. It becomes a situation where you're able to give the new person a clean slate. And that's ultimately what you should be looking for. A woman that's gonna give you a clean slate. So many people come into new relationships without good faith. Some people come in with a honeymoon phase. And today's relationships, right? There's so much of a honeymoon phase. To with a person you with, they can do no wrong. They can show you red flags, you ignore them. They can lie to you, you believe them. They can show you who you are, who they are, that you, let me say that again, that they can show you who they are and you'll refuse to believe them. You're giving the benefit of the doubt. All in the honeymoon phase. For us men, we usually deal with a woman and we like how she looks first. And then we get caught up in it, especially if she gives us the box. Most men do this. Most men don't know their worth. So they have low self-esteem. So if they get a young lady that's gonna give them a chance, especially if she get in the box, she's gonna be like, damn, how I get her to give me the box? Instead of saying, well, I was able to get the box because I'm just a cool dude. I have swag, I have confidence, I believe in myself. It's, well, I shouldn't have been able to pull her because she looked too good. I'm not used to this. Then that's when the pedestalizing becomes. And it becomes an issue. So then two people get involved in each other, right? With each other. They'll get involved with each other. And they'll have a certain level of distrust for each other based on the trauma they both went through. Some people call it trauma bonding. But see, us men, people give us reality checks all day. So when a man is broken, sometimes that man will either just check out of the game, period. He won't date any women anymore. That's where you get the, what they call it, the MGTOW. Men going their own way. There's no MGTOW for women. Because MGTOW is to say that I'm hopeless. And this is going to sound bad for a minute, right? But stay with me. I'm hopeless means no other woman wants me. It's a bad way to be. Or if it's not, I'm hopeless, it's I've had so many women that treat me like shit, it just ain't worth my time. I'm just gonna not invest in relationships. No. You got a whole bunch of different communities. You got MGTOW, you got black pill, you got red pill, you got divestment. But now, a lot of men are starting to pick up on the cues about these different women. You know, first 5 minutes you talking to them, they ask you what you do for a living. Or they start talking bad about their ex. Or the minute you don't answer the phone because you're working or whatever, it's a problem. Just want y'all to chill with me for a little bit. Just listen to the words. Broken women are very, very much in abundance today. Very much in abundance. Because people don't think anything is wrong with them. Especially our sisters, man. They don't think, well, I keep attracting the same type of guys, then maybe I should do something different. It's always, well, he ain't deserve me anyway. Or I shouldn't have wasted my time because they ain't do X, Y, and Z. It's never looking in the mirror and seeing that those are the men that she chose. Those are the men that she willingly chose to go after. The men that all the other ladies fall over, gush over. And when you look on TikTok, man, these chicks, man, they be hurt. You hear what I'm saying? They are hurt when they deal with the same type of guy that all the other women want, man. The man has options. Why should he have to commit to you when he can get this woman, that woman, that woman? It doesn't make any sense. And you want him because all the other women want him. So you ignore the risk. All relationships have a risk involved to them. But you don't have to take the risk. No one obligates her to take that risk. She willingly goes in, jumps in the deep end, and can barely swim. You as a man have to protect yourself because women have an ability to be able to move from one man to the next. The reason they can move from one man to the next is because they were never really invested. They go through the honeymoon phase, right? They get on these dating apps, a whole bunch of options. They think that men, you just pick us off a tree. And they play around and they do this sexual liberation thing, and they never really mature as women. They never really mature into women who can deal with healthy relationships because their view is skewed by the fact that they have so many different options on these dating apps. And it's a hookup culture that we're in right now to where, you know, women feel like they could just go out and just have as much fun as they want and not suffer emotional damage, but it's against their nature. You want to find a woman who has either dealt with her past trauma or hasn't gone through a whole phase or is reserved, not on social media, not on dating apps, don't have a ton of female friends. You know, you want her to make you her focus. She has to focus on you. You'll know she's focusing on you because she want to spend time with you. She'll generally want to be around you. Now here's the dangerous part, right? As a man, if you're dealing with a woman that's into you, really into you, then it's your job to lead her correctly. You have to follow the Most High. When you follow the Most High, you're going to lead her correctly. You have to also know what type of woman you're dealing with. That's why it's very important to vet a woman. It's all about where you meet her at and how she looks at her past relationships. How does she end them? Did she cheat? She think the grass was green on the other side? Because no matter what she says, she's gonna treat you the same way at some point. If you take the time to invest your heart in her, that's why you have to guard your heart. And this is what you deal with when you're dealing with broken women. You know, women want to get back at men who hurt them, so they're gonna make the new man pay for the old man's mistakes. And like the great KS would say, make a man in your present pay for the man's mistakes in your past equals no future. And women aren't predominantly bad. It's just women have a hive mind when they have a lot of their homegirls with them. That's the one thing, especially the black woman. The other thing is, a lot of women just make bad decisions in men. And they don't really think about the fact that if 5 of your relationships don't work out, there's a common denominator in there. And that's the person in the mirror. You have to understand why you keep attracting or going for the same type of guy who keeps breaking your heart. So women start to become cold, right? They start to say, okay, since this guy, that guy over there broke her heart, she gonna make all of them pay. All of them ain't nothing. All of them ain't shit. They love making that generalization. They deal with a certain type of man they want. And then when that man does exactly what he was already gonna do in the first place, they make the generalization that all men ain't shit. A lot of women don't like to give new men a fair shot. Relationships should be full of hope and getting to know each other. It shouldn't be full of trying to see what you can get off the man. Because see, what women don't know is ultimately if a man is a man on his purpose and he has a means, if he likes nice things, he's gonna give her nice things by default because she's a representation of him. But see, a lot of these young ladies are not really a good representation of the man they're dealing with. You also want to deal with a woman that's happy already. She should be smiling at you. She should be looking in your eyes with hope. She should like you. She shouldn't hold anything against you unnecessarily, unfairly. She shouldn't look for you to make her happy. She should come to you with just as much hope as you would come to her. Now don't get that confused with the honeymoon phase. The honeymoon phase is to where if either of you see something that you don't like, you're not gonna speak on it. Something's out of place, you're not gonna speak on it. You're just gonna be quiet about it and hope that it doesn't come up again. When you see something that you don't like, you have to address it. You can't let anything slide, especially when dealing with women. Because it's gonna become a problem. It might not be a problem now, but it's gonna become a problem. If you see something that you don't like and you don't address it, when it comes back up, because it will, she's gonna say, well, you didn't have a problem with it before, why you have a problem with it now? If you come to a woman who loves to wear like skimpy outfits and things, and that's one of the things that attracted you to her, if you get involved with this young lady, right? And now you have a problem with her wearing skimpy outfits. If you let her know, genuinely, if you let her know, look, I have a problem with you wearing this, I don't like that, or I noticed how you were dressing before I came to you, but now that you have me, I wanna protect you. I wanna make sure that, man don't look at you a certain way. If you come to her in good faith, not because, you wanna cover her up because you're jealous or whatnot, but when women go into different environments with different men get a certain idea of a woman. If she ultimately respects you and wants to have something serious with you and it's not coming from a place of brokenness, she will make the adjustment. But if you come to her and y'all get involved with each other, and on down the line, she's still dressing like she's single, and you never said nothing initially, and then you want to bring it up. You see her going out. First off, a woman that wants to go out without you, that's a red flag. Now you can say, hey, what about her and her homegirls? Well, another thing that the great KS would always say is, time spent with her homegirls is time taken away from her man. You don't see any other race of women that favor hanging out with their girlfriends over their men. You might see women going to a meetup like a grocery store. Or they might go to, I don't know, something benign, you know, not club, not any of this stuff. Maybe like a shopping trip or something. Shopping trips are kind of iffy too, because a woman that loves you and respects you, she's not gonna put herself in compromising situations. She's not gonna say, hey, I have a man at home, but I'm gonna go where a whole bunch of single women be at. Because where a whole bunch of single women congregate, there's a whole bunch of dudes. And be very wary of a woman that doesn't want you around when she likes to go out. These are things that broken women do because they're so easily able to move over to another guy and get attention from another guy. And that's why you have so many broken women in these dating apps on Instagram or whatnot, always looking for validation from other men, because they have the ability to not be fully invested in one man. And they'll go in and they'll find another man attractive, and they'll go and see what that's about. Grass greener on the other side, and it never is. Not unless you as a man are a piece of shit. Then the grass might be green on the other side. But if you're a stand-up dude, there should be no reason for her to look for any other man's validation. I'm gonna tell you how you really know that you got a woman that you should hold on to. If she only has eyes for you. As soon as you see her having eyes for any other man, like you also see some of these videos, to whereas now it's like you have women who will kiss another man in front of their boyfriend, flirt with another man in front of their boyfriend. That's crazy to me. I'm Gen X. I ain't never seen that in my life. All these years growing up. 42 and a half. I ain't never seen any of this open, blatant disrespect. Because what if a man does that to them? They're gonna want to try to slap the man, shout him out, make a scene. Broken women do that. Broken women don't have no respect for their man, or the respect only lasts until the quote unquote honeymoon phase, to where you can do no wrong in her eyes. And then after that honeymoon phase, she started to focus on all the stuff that she don't like about you. It seemed like you can find nothing that she likes about you. Relationships are very easy and very dangerous at the same time. How are they easy, Darren? Okay, so if you have a woman that gives you choosing signals, she likes you and she don't have anybody, and she genuinely wants to be around you, spend time with you, make love to you, have sex with you, want to be in your presence, values your opinion on different things, likes how you lead, then the relationship's gonna be fairly simple. All you gotta do is stay in your purpose. Don't come off of your purpose to focus on her. You'll keep her attraction level. If you focus on your purpose and you put that above her, and you follow God, because God has to be first and your center. If you do all those things, then of course, as long as she's into you, she'll belong to you. She's not gonna cheat on you. She's not gonna mess around, entertaining other guys. She ain't gonna have no appetite for social media. She ain't gonna have no appetite for validation. She just don't want your validation. She gonna wear your favorite things. Let me tell you, it's nothing more beautiful than a woman that really is into you, really has feelings for you, loves you, walking around in your place in nothing but your t-shirt on. One of them long sleeve t-shirts, nothing on up underneath. That is sexy as a motherfucker. There's nothing more sexier than a woman with a pair of long, beautiful legs, and you sit on the couch and she draped them bitches all across you and shit. You know? Or when y'all getting down, you got them draped behind her head. Ain't nothing more sexy than that. So this is what devastates men, because they fall for these women based on the physical. But then when that woman starts to entertain other men, then they can't fathom the fact that another man is enjoying what you would just enjoy. That's when the pain comes in. It's another video. I saw this man, then you probably saw us going around. This man had a vasectomy, and his wife was pregnant, and was trying to say, you should be happy for us. We're gonna raise a baby. It's not his baby. That man was so hurt. I was hurt for him. I've been in that situation. I wasn't always masculine and like this. I was a very a simp. I was a peacekeeper, not a peacemaker. Peacekeeper, don't want to start no arguments. Don't want to speak out on something when it's incorrect. Would tolerate disrespect. Don't want the woman to leave because he feel like he can't do no better. Women only respect men who they know will walk away if they don't do right by them. That's why they behave so well on their job, because they can be fired if they don't. So you have to apply that same principle to a woman. If she's not doing good on her job, then she should know that she can be fired. And then her treatment of you will improve. There's nothing sexist about anything I'm saying. This has been going on for years. The problem with society now is there's no God in a lot of people. People think that they can live a happy life and not be grounded in the Lord. It don't work like that. And people will put a person on a pedestal and treat them like cake and ice cream, and they'll be getting mistreated left and right. Be afraid to lead and shit. One thing I learned is that there should be no woman that you ain't afraid to walk away from. If she's being disrespectful, she's entertaining another man's attention. If she has a work husband, it's a red flag. If she's always on social media looking for validation, it's a red flag. Sounds of a broken woman. You know, it's way too many good women out here to be worrying about women who are just not together emotionally. It's way too many. There's way too many good women out here that even us men pass up. Let me tell you something. Don't always look for a dime piece, man. See, dime pieces have a ton of options. And unless you like the guy that they really into, man, it's very rare that you're gonna find a dime and a good woman in the same package, man. Ultimate example of that is Kim, Ice Cube's wife. A good woman and a dime piece in the same package. But see, what Cube did is he vetted that woman. He saw that she belonged to him. And you see, he, knock on wood, you see he don't have no drama with that woman. Out of all these years, almost 30 years. Or maybe it is 30 years, ain't got no drama with that woman, man. She right there because he leads. You ever see Ice Cube get off his purpose? You ever see Ice Cube not doing things? You know what I'm saying? You see what the difference is? Now he loves his wife, of course. It's the mother of his children, of course he's gonna love his wife. It's common sense. But you see how she reaps all the benefits of being a good wife to him. So when you have a woman out there that's like that, you better grab her, because they ain't gonna stay around long. Women on these relationship apps, man, those are most of the time broken women, because if they weren't broken, if they were really good women and they have really no major issues with them, they'll be snatched up. They wouldn't even be on the market. They actually ain't on the dating apps. They don't have to be. A good man can recognize a good woman a mile away. So just look for a woman that you find attractive, who also finds you attractive. Don't look for a woman who all your friends gonna find attractive. That's not how you should look for a woman when it comes to physicality, man. Just make sure that she's what you want and you what she wants. And then a good woman is gonna stand by you through thick and thin. You have so many young ladies out here, man. They get married, they want the wedding, but they don't want the duties of being a wife. They don't want to inspire you to be a better man. They don't want to rub your head after a hard day of work. They don't want to give you no back rubs or run your bath. They don't want to have the house maintained. They don't want to have a hot meal for you. These are some of the easiest things women can do. You know what's crazy about it? When they're alone, they do it themselves. They do it for themselves. If you out there going out there, being the best version of yourself, on your purpose, making it so you don't have to worry about nothing in the house as far as anything getting cut off, things are paid, food's on the table. She ain't got to worry about nobody violating her person because you're protecting her. She ain't got to worry about trying to figure major problems out because you give her your problem solver. She ain't got to worry about nobody using and abusing her because you showing her that she is your baby. These are the women that are different than broken women. Now, can a broken woman get fixed? Yes, of course. They have to address the issues that broke them. If they do that and they become unbroken, then that might end up being the actual wonderful woman. These days, man, everybody's on this hookup culture thing. You don't have to be part of the hookup culture, because being involved in the hookup culture, you might end up with a kid you don't want. That's an 18-year commitment. She might put you on child support, and now you're using a big chunk of your income to take care of a kid that she's making a target for, making it hard for you to see and be a part of that child's life when that child needs a father. You can tell broken women by how they refer to your children, as hers. They don't refer to them as ours. It's a spiteful, conniving, broken woman. And this ain't bashing no women, man. All I'm saying is you don't have to deal with them. You can avoid them, man. You don't have to deal with these young ladies, man. It's enough women out here. The women outnumber the men. It's enough women out here who, out of all these women, man, you can find somebody to grow old with even today. You can. You can definitely find somebody to grow old with even today. Don't let people fool you and think that it's hopeless. All you have to do is vet the woman and only deal with women who are into you, who really like you, give you choosing signals, who don't have any drama coming, who don't have any baby daddy drama, all this kind of stuff, man. It's better to deal with a woman that don't have children if you don't have children. Don't have any shame about it. Because she has standards. You should have standards too. Don't let anybody demonize your standards. And it can work. If she's really a good woman, if she's ready to do what needs to be done, and she's going to give you children of your own, okay, cool. You don't always have to look at women who have children as bad. But it's just easier to deal with a woman who doesn't have children if you don't have children yourself. Because then you can have your own legacy. The two of you can experience the birth of your first child together. You don't want no woman who no travel all around the world before she got to you, because what if you want to travel the world and you ain't been there? There's nothing new to explore. You know? I know some women gonna hate what I'm saying. But hey, it's for my guys, man. This is for men to be better men. That's all this channel is about, being masculine. There's nothing wrong with being masculine because it's natural. It's how we were made. We were made to grow our facial hair out. We were made to be on our purpose. We were made to protect all this stuff. And any of these young ladies out here that want to be totally new age and modern, but they want a traditional man, you should avoid those women. You should only be looking for a virtuous woman, even if it takes 5 years to find her, you know? Let me tell you something. If you're on your purpose and you're following God, He'll add up to your life. But you can't sit at home. You can't sit at home and be like, man, hope she come knock to the door. Unless you got a badass male woman walking around and stuff like that. But in most cases, man, she's not just gonna show up at your house. You gotta get out there. You know, you gotta get out there and mingle. Find out what events are in your city. Show up at these events. Don't show up with an agenda, just show up because you generally want to enjoy the event. And you might find a woman who's really enjoying the event too. And the two of you strike up a conversation, hit it off. See, broken women are women who have dealt with, fuck boys. And those dudes have manipulated her to make her seem like, you're gonna be the one that's gonna take care of her, treat her good, act right. And she believes because she was naive at first. See, a lot of women hold grudges when they get their heart broken. And they want to make all men pay for the mistakes of the past man. That's why you don't want to deal with a broken woman, because you're dealing with a woman that with a vendetta. Now, in rare cases, you might have a woman that is willing to work on herself to get through her brokenness, and she latches on to you, and she does right for a time. She treats you good for a time. But the thing about that is, at some point, there's gonna be something that might trigger the pain from the brokenness. It might be something that you might do just out of the blue that you didn't even expect. It might be something you had no idea about. And to set her off. And when it sets her off, she gonna come for you. Oh, you just like the last nigga I was with. You ain't no better. You ain't no, I thought you was different. All of that. Instead of just looking at it as a simple misstep, It's not always malice involved in things. But when you're dealing with a broken woman, everything has the potential to be done from a place of malice. Because they're not healed, Dealing with a woman that doesn't give herself any time to heal from her past relationship is going to bring drama into your life. And because men, we're problem solvers, if we have a woman that brings us drama, well, what are we going to try to do? We're going to try to fix that drama. But that assignment is mission impossible. You can't fix it. Because she didn't heal. If she didn't heal, she might see you as the same as the other guy. That's why it's best to avoid those situations. I saw a video a while ago. Something to the effect that it takes a special man to accept a woman in her brokenness. No, it doesn't. It takes a smart man to avoid a woman in her brokenness. Don't be fooled. Because She's out in a lot of cases to make you pay for a man's past mistakes. So don't be involved with a woman that's broken. Same can be said for women dealing with broken men. Don't get involved with broken men, because they're gonna make you pay for the woman in his past. And you ain't gonna get a fair shot, and then you gonna get your feelings involved, and then you're gonna get stuck. And then everything that he does is gonna hurt you, and it's gonna damage you, and it's gonna give you more trauma. And now you can't get out of that relationship because now you're invested fully in your emotions, because you're trying to see if you can help a dude because you're a nurturing woman. Women are nurturing by nature. So you're gonna try to nurture all the problems away. You're gonna try to nurture all the pain away. And you can't do it, you can't fix it because the man is broken. So that's why I would say this, you can't deal with broken people, period, man. I'm gonna tell you something though. We all broken to an extent, right? But there are certain levels of brokenness. There are levels of brokenness to where there's spite involved, you know. There's hopelessness involved. There's meanness involved. There's no kindness. These are the kind of broken people I'm talking about, where you can't get any good off of them. When they come at you and it's like the first thing you do that's a mistake, it's gonna be a problem. You know, I'm talking about like minor stuff, man. You know, nothing major, just minor stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, beating some eggs with a fork instead of a spoon, or beating some eggs with a spoon instead of a fork, or vice versa. She flies out the handle. Or you know, as a woman, you might wash his clothes and put his underwear in the sock drawer, or vice versa. He's gonna have a fit, fly through the roof. Those are broken people you need to be avoiding. But we all have some level of brokenness to us. But these are the people that you just don't want to deal with, period. It's better for your life to take the time and invest in people that either are no longer broken, got in therapy, or the brokenness is not to a level to where it's gonna create problems for you. When you're dealing with a broken woman, you got like an 82% chance that she's gonna break your heart. Because she's not all the way healed. Now also, for the women, they're broken men too, that you don't want to deal with. These are men who have spite in their heart for women. They're gonna do the same thing that a woman would do with a man. Gonna make all new women pay for mistakes of the past one. It could be the smallest things that upset them. You know? Let me say this, man. There are certain levels of brokenness. Some brokenness you can deal with because we all are broken to an extent, right? All of us don't have therapy. The brokenness that you don't want to deal with is the brokenness that they hold grudges. Shit ain't no good right here. Let me try this one more time. We'll roll with it for a few minutes. So, yeah, this one shot. So, you know, you have to have more confidence in a situation that if this person is not holding grudges, still has hope in him, still comes to you in good faith, ain't gonna try to make you pay for the mistakes of their exes, yeah, then you can deal with that person. then you can deal with that person. Because everybody has some level of brokenness, but the point of the video is that it's better to not deal with broken people like when you're dealing with a relationship. For brothers, man, that's women that have a more reserved composure, low body count, ain't gonna be in the club all the time. You know, those are women that more than likely are gonna have a low level of trauma, because every breakup is trauma. Women take breakups very hard, men do too. But you have some men out there that just ain't gonna care about women. You know, they're just not gonna care. But they're gonna pretend like they care. Those are the dangerous dudes, man. They don't care. They're gonna pretend like they care just so they can get the box from that chick. You know, this chick might be a good woman, and she gonna give it to him, and she gonna get stuck. And he ain't gonna give her what she want. He gonna just keep playing her. And she gonna keep getting traumatized. She gonna keep getting traumatized. Traumatized, not traumatized, my bad. She gonna keep getting traumatized. And there ain't nobody that's gonna be able to get her out of it. Ain't nobody gonna be able to get out of it. She gonna be stuck. Because it's gonna be something about him that she really likes. See, this is when you have these women who try to get the fuck boys and turn them into good dudes because they like the fuck boys. That's why I'm telling you, you can't mess with those kind of women, because those are the ones that'll have a baby for that dude. You don't want no kids. And then she'll, you know, try to come and get the nice guy afterwards and try to get the nice guy to, you know, take care of her and her kids. And that's why you don't really want to deal with single mothers. That's the main reason, because you don't want to clean up nobody else's mistakes. And a kid isn't a mistake. When I say mistake, I'm talking about the trauma involved. That's a mistake. She shouldn't have been involved with that guy in the first place. So your life is going to be easier if you just try to make sure that you vet these women. You know, because we all broken, man. We all got some level of brokenness. Anytime you go through a breakup, there's brokenness. Your heart is broken. That's why you're broken, because your heart is broken. And even though your heart heals, you have scars. Just like how you get a cut on your arm, it'll heal, but it'll leave a scar. A breakup is a scar. That's why you're broken. I think I should rename this video, "Don't Date Severely Broken Women." Or in the case of women, severely broken men. But ideally, you just don't want to deal with anybody that's broken if you can help it, man. I mean, unless they got therapy involved, unless they done did the work. That's the thing. That's it right there. If they did the work to heal the brokenness, yeah, then you can deal with somebody that's like that, because they're no longer gonna be so traumatized by the brokenness, you know. But if you're dealing with if somebody ain't do the work, nah, you don't want to deal with that person. You see so many people out here, they're not centered, they don't have a foundation, they don't believe in the Most High, they don't know all this hookup culture stuff, man. It's just creating more and more trauma. You know, it's creating more and more trauma. And a lot of these young ladies, man, they attract to dudes that don't have any good in them. Because those are fun guys, they don't have no moral compass. You know what I'm saying? They'll go out, they'll do stuff like scamming and all this kind of stuff, you know, running from the law. I don't know how many people I see out here running from the law. There's a lot of that going on. Probably in your city too, you see people running from the law all the time. Woo, 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 all down the street, cutting in and out of traffic and lanes and everything. Switch, you know. For these young chicks, man, they see it as fun. trying to get away. Ready to throw their life all away. Ready to throw it all away in an instant. Because some goddamn fun. Ready to throw their whole life away in an instant like that because of some fun. It's a little girl. It's not a woman. That's when you don't want to deal with no chick like that, man. You gotta really vet these women. Another thing too, you can't be boring. You can't be always sitting in the house, man. You got a young lady, man. You know, they like to get out there. You know, even the homebody chicks, they like to go out once in a while, man. I ain't talking about no fancy dinners either. I'm talking about like going out to, I don't know, like casinos or amusement parks or water parks or something. You know what I'm saying? Like miniature golf, top golf, something that's gonna keep her entertained for the moment, you know? Because we're really not women's entertainment, but you know what I'm saying? You gotta have some sort of fun in your life. If a woman is really all about that street life, man, that's a traumatic woman. You don't want to deal with her either. Now all women want a level of thug in the men they dealing with. The reason for that is because in our community, unfortunately, a thug is seen as the alpha, but thug's really not the alpha. Thug's not the alpha, man. Thug is a false alpha. See, these women don't know that. See, what you have to do is when you have sex with these women, man, you gotta treat them like a piece of meat. You know what I'm saying? When you start out slow and then you just bang them out, you gotta treat them like a piece of meat, like you don't care about them. That's what's gonna get them hooked. Then, you can't put them first. See, that's what thugs do. They don't care about these women, man. They don't put them first. Now, if you have a young lady who is trying to, you know, build something with you, or she trying to be on your program, or, you know, trying to inspire you, whatever, yeah, you can treat her good because she earned it. But when they come to that bedroom, man, you still gotta bang her out, because that's what ultimately women want. It's primitive. Sex is mating. Mating is primitive. Look at two animals in the wild mating, man. You don't see them all lovey-dovey making love and all that. You don't see that. You don't see that at all, you know? But when you're dealing with women that's always been out in the street, man, you avoid them. Avoid these bras that used to be in the street. They ain't gonna do you no good. They ain't gonna do you no good. Especially if you're one of those dudes that, you know, can't control your heart, wear it on your sleeve. Don't mess with those women in the street, man. Don't do it. They're gonna hurt you 100% of the time because you don't have what it takes to tell them to get the fuck out your way. That's ultimately what you need when you're dealing with women. The ability to tell them to get the fuck on. If they doing wrong, they acting wrong, they treating you bad, they disrespecting you, you need to have that ability to tell them, hey, you gotta go. Okay, we did great, you know, but you gotta go. You can't be holding on to nothing. You can't be holding on to no memories and none of that stuff. You gotta be ready to, just like how they do in the movies, man. They ready to bail when the bomb be in the building, man. Disrespect, cheating, lying, all that's a bomb. It's waiting to go off. And you're in the building on the second floor with that bomb, with a counter on it. That's what all that is. So you gotta be ready to exit that building. Because if you get stuck in there and you blow up, that's your heart breaking. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta look at that. You gotta get out of that building. There's a time bomb in there. It's only a matter of time when a woman disrespects you, lies to you, cheats on you, before your heart is broken, if it's not broken in that instance. Because see, us men, a lot of times the ones of us that do cheat, it's just mindless sex for us. You know, we ain't really gonna leave our family or whatever in most cases, unless the situation is just terrible. But with women, they take time to invest in another guy. They take time to get emotionally involved in another guy. That's why you gotta be very aware of like work husbands and all this other bullshit that they talk to. Any woman that's talking to you about a man at work, she likes that dude. Be very wary of that. check it. 100%. Check it. Check any sort of disrespect, man. Because she shouldn't have any eyes for any other man when she's dealing with you. It's easier for them to do that when they're broken like that. When they're severely broken, it's very easy for them to do that. It's another reason why you just don't want to deal with broken women, man. You just don't want to deal with them. You want to avoid them. You ain't got to insult them, like I say. I don't really believe in assaulting women or treating them like crap when they ain't really did nothing, all that bad or whatever. And just know your worth. Just know that, hey, I'm not going to deal with this. Women respect men who walk away because they know that they can be fired. The same how they treat their employer, they'll treat you the same way if they know that they can be fired. See, a lot of y'all are afraid to fire these women, man. Y'all afraid to fire these chicks, these bras, man. Oh, she made a mistake. She said she was sorry, man. She'll do better next time. If you don't check it, she's gonna keep doing it. They don't self-correct. Women just don't self-correct. They don't have it in them. So you really gotta be like, okay, look, I ain't tolerating this. This ain't my cup of tea. You might have played the last sucker like that. You ain't gonna play me. You ain't putting me in no friend zone after we just been in a relationship. You crazy? You out your goddamn mind? Hell no. Don't ever try to be friends with your exes if they cheat on you. If y'all fell out over some technicality or something like that, or y'all feel like y'all was better as friends and the relationship thing don't really work out for you, okay, that's cool. But when she cheat on you, don't never be friends with that bro that cheat on you, man. Ever. Don't ever. You can't. Because it's going to torture you. Because you still got those feelings involved and part of your mind and heart is still thinking that, maybe they might work out or whatever. They don't. It just don't work out. You cannot be friends with a woman that cheats on you. Cannot. It's not a smart move. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can't hold no grudges. You gotta forgive them if they do hurt you and cheat on you. You gotta forgive them, but you also have to move forward. You can't be stuck trying to say, okay, she might come back around and do better. Because to cheat on you takes a level of disrespect, a high level of disrespect. It's almost like she hates you. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that's the case because that's a strong word, but that's what it's almost like. So that's why you can't take them back, And it's easier for you to find yourself in that situation when you're dealing with broken women. So, moral of the story, avoid broken women, right? You see what I'm saying? You see how easy that is? The masculine is only trying to tell you how to live a better, more productive, happier life. Be grounded in the Lord Almighty, the Most High. Stay in your purpose. Focus on bettering yourself as a human being. If you do get involved with a young lady, lead her the right way under the Most High. If she's a good woman and she does things for you, inspires you, yes. If she earns her place, give her her place. If she earns to be your wife, then give her her due. But if she is disrespectful, come at you with mouth, talk when you talking, trying to overtalk you, trying to disrespect you, trying to treat you like a sucker, man, you gotta walk away. Yeah, look, ain't no call for that. We ain't gotta argue, but you just gotta go, and you can't come back because we don't work. The me and you, the two of us, we just don't work. If more men did this in the initial stages of their relationships, you have less heartbreak, you have less scarring, you have less trauma. We so busy trying to hold on to women thinking that they gonna change. Man, let me tell you, how a woman acts initially is how she gonna act the whole time. Women don't change. It's just they reveal who they are, So when they if you're dealing with a woman who trying to give you the representative, it's gonna be flashes of the real her come out. Pay attention to the flashes. And when you see them flashes, then if it's something you can't deal with, don't stick around because of the flashes. They're gonna be more of a problem. And they're gonna present themselves a problem the entire relationship. So that's why you want to be on your guard. Guard your heart. It's in the Word. It's in the Bible. Guard your heart. You know, you can't just give women your heart just because they're there. You know, they got to earn that if you're going to do that. And I still, these days, man, 2022 and above, man, giving a chick your heart is super dangerous, man. Love what she does for you. You know, she got to do something for you. She got to earn that. Make her earn everything. Just like her employee does. That she treats good.